This is Gemara Baba Basra, Daf Kof Samoch Zayin Baruch Hashem. We are closing in on the final few bat of this longest Masechta and Shas, another check that we can put on our journey through Shas Baruch Hashem. B'siyata d'shmaya, this year should be an incredible zchus rafua shlema for Tinok ben Miriam Ahuva. The Koyach HaTorah should continue to shower Tinok ben Miriam Ahuva with incredible brachos and Yeshuas, bringing the ultimate refuah shlema b'karev. We're holding 5 lines from the bottom on Kuf Samach Vav Amid Beis, continuing the Hilchais, Shtarais, and most notably cases of ambiguity within the shtar. Says the Gemara, Hu Dahave Kasav Bey, 4 lines at the bottom. There was a document that was written in it, Shismeya Vizuzi, 600 and a zuz. The question was, 600 what? For example, we can put this in contemporary terms. 600 shekels, $600, 600 pennies, 600 quarters, 600 gold bars. I don't know. What is 600? Says the Gemara, Shalcha Rav Shrav Yokamida Abaye, Shezmeya Istri Vizuza. He asked Abaye, does it mean 600 Istri and Azuz? Or Idomar maybe means Shezmeya Priti Vizuza, 600 prutais and a zuz. Says the Gemara, Amar Le, so Abaye responds, Dal priti. No, it certainly does not mean prutais. Why? Deloi ksiva bishtara, because it does not say prutais bishtar. Tasuche maskon lehu, because people generally mention them, umashilu zuza. People don't, prutais would be similar to saying pennies, quarters. People generally don't write in such a denomination, says Abaye, but rather they add it up and they write it in zuzim. Umashvilu zuzi on the top line of Kuf Samach Zayin Amud Aleph. So my amrit, so what are you going to tell me? Shismeya istri v'zuza means 600 istra and a zuz. Yad bala shtar ala tachtoina. As we've already seen, that any time you're coming to extract money, yad bala shtar ala tachtoina, and therefore you have to bring a proof. So in as much as, in general, one would convert the lower denomination coins into the larger denomination of istras, but lemaisa, yad bala shtar ala tachtoina, and therefore we have to assume it means 600 prutais and 1 zuz. 600 zuz, I should say, and 1 zuz. Continues the Gemara, Amar Abaye. Hi man, this person, someone who wants to show his signature in Bezdin, he should not show Bezdin, he should not sign on the bottom of a piece of paper. Why? Because maybe someone's going to find that piece of paper, a blank paper with his signature on the bottom, because of the Masik Bey Zuzi, and he'll write above the signature that he claims is such and such money, and he'll have his signature. Utanan, and we learned in a Mishnah, that if someone procures a document against someone that has his own ksav yad, which says you automatically could collect. And therefore, anytime one is assigning a piece of paper, you never want to have a paper that is sitting around with one signature with blank space on top of it because of this concern. And rather, what should one do? If you need to show Bezdin your signature, you sign at the top of the document. Continues the Gemara, Ahu Basvina. Says the Gemara, there was a certain toll collector, the Asal Kamei Abaye, certain toll collector that comes to Abaye, Amar Le, Nechsali Mar Chatimas Yadei. Show us your signature. Rabbanan, why? So that when the Rabbanan came, Machvule, and show me something that you, Abaye, signed, that you exempt the Rabbanim from paying taxes. Ma'avir nalahu, b'loi michsa, allow them to pass without paying the tax. So we have this tax collector that's asking Abaye that he wants Abaye to sign a document so he can compare and ensure that anyone he's giving a free pass is appropriate. So what did Abaye do? Abaye showed him his signature at the top of a piece of paper. As Abaye was signing, the tax collector pulled the document, thereby making that Abaye didn't sign at the top of the paper. Again, if here's our piece of paper and you're trying to sign at the top and you pull the paper, now he signed at the bottom. Abaye realized what's going on and said, Abaye, Kvar kadamuch Rabbanan. The Rabbanan already anticipated you and showed us how to avoid your trickery. Meaning, Abaye said, I know your jokes. I will only sign at the top of a paper. Amar Abaye continues the Gemara with another din. Mitlas v'ad eser. From 3 until 10, if someone has to write 3 to 10 in a document, lo lichta v'soif shita, do not write it at the end of a line. Why? Because you have to be concerned that someone will forge and add on, thereby making 3 into 31, 35, 39, 9, and 99, etc. But if it happened that such a word came at the end of the shtar, I gave a very simplistic example. The Rashbam gives us the reality over here that what's pshat from 3 to 10 is because these words in Aramaic could be multiplied. 3 is tlas, 30 is tlasin, arba is 4, arba'in is 40, eser is esrin. So all of these numbers could be amended by adding on extra letters and thereby obligating more money. So you should never write such a number at the end of a line. And let's say it happens that it comes out at the end of the line. What should you do? You should reiterate some other words, double up some words 2 or 3 times, the meaning elsewhere in the document. Make sure that the number is clear. And it's impossible that one of the times, if you're writing 3 and you write it multiple times throughout the document, one of those times will be in the middle of the document, thereby preventing any tampering of the document. Continues the Gemara with a story of potential ways that one wanted to mess up a shtar and how they were found. There was a document that says Tilsa Bipardisa. The document said that 1/3 of the orchard. Azol Machke. So the buyer went and he erased Legage de base, the top of the base of Pardesa, Bipardesa, Vishavye, Vikare, Vishavye, Upardesa. And he made the word into the Upardesa. So he claimed that it was 1/3 and a pardes. Again, if it said 1/3 Bipardesa, it's 1/3 of the orchard. If it said 1/3 Upardesa, it means 1/3 and the orchard. Asks Abaye, what's going on over here? Why is there so much space? Because when you take that base and you erase part of it, now there was a vav with some extra space. Kavte, Abaye tied up the person and forced him, beat him, and he was maida that he indeed forged and he indeed tampered with the document. Continues the Gemara, there was one that was written, Minas Reuven v'Shimon Achi. The Minas, the portion of Reuven and Shimon, brothers. Havle Acha Dishmei Achi. And Reuven and Shimon had a 3rd brother whose name was indeed Achi. Azal Kasav Vav. So it said Ruvain v'Shimon achi. Reuven and Shimon brothers. They went and they added on the vav. So now it said Ruvain v'Shimon v'achi. V'shavye v'achi. Also, what's the reason? Why is this vav stopped in over there? Kulei kafte, they tied up the person, they forced him, and he was mighty that indeed he's tampered with the star. And the third and final case, there was a star that was signed upon by Rava and Ravacha Barada. Asla made the Rava Amar Le Din Chatimas Yadam. Didihi, yes, this is my signature. Miu, however, Kamei the Ravacha Barada Lo Chatimi, I did not sign in front of Ravacha Barava Li Me'olam. I never signed in front of Ravacha Barada. Kafte, Rava took this person, tied him up, Va'oidi, and he admitted to his crime. Amrle Rava said, Bishlam Adidi Zayafte, you forged my signature. I understand. Rava said, I have a normal signature. Who his hands shake with old age, and therefore the letters are going to be a bissel shaky. How did you forge his signature? How did you forge it? So Amar, once the guy was found, he responded and he said, you know what I did? I placed my hands on top of a rope bridge. And some say, come, azarnuka v'kasiv. I stood on a bottle and signed, meaning he recreated a matzav that he had to be shaky in order to sign such a document. And those are three different cases in which forgeries were found and the person admitted to the crime. Says the Gemara, Kaisvin get liisha. The Mishnah on the bottom of Kuf Samach Zayin Amud Aleph, continuing different types of shtaros and the relevant halachas. Says the Mishnah, Kaisvin, we write a get liish, afal pi, even though she'ein ishta imay, even if his wife is not with him, but if the husband requests a get to be written, we do. V'ashayver leisha, and we write a receipt for the woman, afal pi she'ein ba'al le'ima, even if her husband is not there. Ubelvad, but provided shehei makiron, that we recognize them. V'abal noisein sachar, and the husband pays for the wages, pays for these documents that are written up. Case as part A of the Mishnah, we'll call it, that the get is written for the husband, the shayver for the isha, and the husband is paying. Part 2 of the Mishnah on the top of Kuf Samach Zayin Amud Aleph says the Mishnah, Kaisin shtar l'loiva. We write a shtar for a loiva, a borrower, afal pi she'ein malva imai, even though the malva is not there. Continues the Mishnah of Ve'ein Kaisvin Lamalveh Ache Loive Imai. We write a shtar for the loive, for the borrower, even if the malva is not there, but we do not write for the lender until the loive is there. Veha loive noisin sachar, and the borrower has to pay. Case 3 of the Mishnah, Kaisin shtar lemoicher afal bishein loikeach imai. We sell a shtar, we write a shtar for the seller, even if the buyer is not there. And of course, everyone can anticipate that the reason in all these cases is we're writing it for the party that is not going to be the one that could lose. Continues the Mishnah, and the purchaser is going to be the one that pays for the safe. Continues the Mishnah, we do not write the documents of Eris and Nisuin unless both of them are there and they both agree. Different business arrangements. And the Mekabel, the one that is going to be getting the items, he pays the wages. The tenant. We do not write a shtar of Beirurin. The Gemara is going to explain what that means, says the Rashbam. Rashba goimer l'shneim kaisvin l'shnayim zel la'atzmai v'zel la'atzmai. Says Rav Shimon Gamliel, whenever we have two people, we write two different documents for each. As the Rashbam points out, the evening kaisvin shtei shtaris l'zeh echad, and l'zeh l'zeh, each one on their own. Says the Gemara, my bilvad. The first part of the Mishnah taught us that a get and a shaver is written for the husband, provided we are makir them. We go back to the Mishnah for a quick moment. Bilvad. Shehei mekirin, says the Gemara. What does that mean? Explains the Gemara. My bilvad shehei mekirin. Amar Yud Amar Rav. Al shehei makir shema ish begat. Shema isha b'shaver. We recognize the name of the man in case number 1 of the get, and the name of the woman in case number 2 of the shaver. Asks the Gemara, Yosef Rav Safra, Varacha, Barhuna, Ravuna, Barchidina. They were all sitting. Yosef Abaye, Gabaye, and Abaye was here. Yosef, become Abaye. They were sitting. They were asking, Shema isha begat in Shema isha loi, Shema isha b'shaver in Shema ish loi. I don't get it. The get has both names. The shaver has both names. So what do you mean? The Shema Ish in the get and the Shema Ish in the shaver. Why are we not suspectful? Asks the Gemara. Dilma v'leichosh dilma kasav gita. Maybe a man asked the Sefer Nedim to write a get va'azal, and he's going to go mamtilei leitza deheich, and he's going to give it to the wife of another man that has the same name as him. Meaning, if you only know his name, why is that enough? Or on the flip side, v'zimna azla v'kasa isha shaver, we're going to write a shaver receipt for the woman, v'yavale kavra, we're going to give it to a man, to lavdila, who's not her husband. So asks, but has the same name as her husband. So, but has the same name as her. So why do you not need both names? Says the Gemara, Amar Lahu Abaye. Again, remember Abaye was sitting with them and he responds, Achim Rav Shema Ish Begat, Vuadin L'Shema Isha, Shema Isha B'Shaivar, Vuadin L'Shema Ish. Asks the Gemara, 1 second. So you have the husband and you have the wife. But maybe the classical question, why are we not concerned? They have 2 people the same name in the same city. And they're going to go and bring it to the wife of the other. Amar lo Rav Barhuna responded. Amar lo Rav Barhuna Amar Rav. Such Rav taught. We had this as a Gemara engaged. If there is a scenario that we have 2 Yosef ben Shimons in one city, you are correct. They cannot divorce their wives. Elo zebif neizeh, only one in front of the other. Says Gemara, maybe they'll go to another city. And they'll go to another city, and they're going to falsify the identity of Yosef ben Shimon. And then they're going to go and bring it to the other man's wife, whose name is the same as his wife. Why are we not concerned of that? Once we know his name is there for 30 days, we don't have to be worried. Says the Gemara, what if not? They call him suddenly by name, and he responds. We assume that's his name. Razid Amar Ramah Ramusa Zayir. One is a Ramah. He's going to be careful about his Ramahis. He won't be caught off guard. So Razid did not feel that such is enough a way, and therefore the only way to do it would be if you have Eidim, or if you wait 30 days. We'll pick it up, Siyata D'Shmaya, for the next case in Mirza Hashem.